All right, welcome back to Mastering the Pupil. So we are here with the second part of this little series we're doing where we take Jeff Jones' deck that he used to win SJC Edison back in 2010, and we are going to give it some updates this time. So in the first episode, as you saw, we played it just as it is, which is what you see in front of you right here on screen. You know, there are a lot of wild things about this, and of course the times were different, so I completely understand why his mindset might have been telling him that he needed to side that Gotham's emergency call. But this is never going to be sided in Edison format for the rest of Edison's format life. So we can take this out. There are no Cyber Dragons in this side deck. And Cyber Dragon, I believe, personally, is the best side deck card in the entire format. And there is a Chimera Tech already in the extra deck. So he does size system down, so it's not like he doesn't have machines covered in some way. But I don't think that system down is actually that good in Modern, so we can remove that.
It's all too narrow. Cyber Dragon covers more things.
Yes.
And also machines.
This Swallow flip, I get it. GBs are, annoying, and if they summon Gizaris, you can just, negate it completely. And maybe back then GBs were a little bit more dominant. I believe that some of them did actually top the event. So GBs were doing something back then. They don't really do well at all now. I don't remember the last time a GB deck topped outside of McCabe at a 95-person PS5 tournament a couple months ago. And that is a decent showing, don't get me wrong. But outside of that, I think that McCabe has the only Edison top in the last over a year with Glad-Beasts, period. So these are going to come out. To My Bodies, that can stop deck Devi, so I'm not too mad, and it's really good against Blackwings. I think Jeff clearly knew this deck is very anti-Blackwings. It has 2 Dust Tornadoes, a Starlight Road in the main deck, and then it also has these 2 My Bodies. So in my head, he was making sure that he didn't lose the Blackwings, and then Consecrated on top of that. So there's a lot of anti-Blackwing stuff going on here.
Yeah, which is definitely your worst matchup.
Right. What else do you think that we could put in the side as far as more modern takes? I think Crossout is necessary.
Yeah, I think Crossout because it's hard for us to play into face downs.
Yeah, like going second just feels awful when you're playing Hamster Reiko Kaya's deck and you don't have a way to clear theirs and set yours without just getting yours popped in or Kaya's or whatever. So also Light and Darkness Dragon has to go. This card is really bad. I could understand if you wanted to side this, but maining it is really bad because there's a lot of frogs now. There's a lot of Value Turbo decks that kind of didn't exist before, and they just make this guy
very unreliable
really
card in the main.
Yeah,
there's a lot of matchups where it can be very exploitable. I mean, even fairies, you can just go on its bounce.
Yes. So the third Caius is just better here. Morphing Jar. I just want to get this down to not doing that. Night Assailant, I'm kind of side eyeing as well. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I'm not a real big fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to combo with Quick Draw, which...
Yeah, I mean, there are 5 flip effect monsters. I just removed one. I mean, the deck can just stay just like this. I think that this is completely fine and viable and all that stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way this deck is currently built. Cards to consider are like, if I take this out, I could play a copy of Charge of the Light Brigade, because I do think that there's something to be said about speed.
Yeah, I was also thinking like defense as well. Perhaps like maybe Fader, like one Fader in the main is not even that bad either.
Oh, I know what I don't see. I don't see Gores. I'm definitely playing Gores in this deck.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that Gores just isn't in this deck.
Yeah, I guess Jeff might have been on the thinking that he plays too much back row.
Yeah, but
like Gores would be offline very often.
This is a lot of back row. This is 13 defensive cards technically, 2 Book of Moons, and then 11 traps. So this is a lot, but you can still do really cool stuff, which is setting Dust Tornado, and then like, also trap Dust Shoot is nowhere to be found. So this needs to happen as well. I will move one of these to the side. I don't like I just don't want to main so much back row hate, knowing how Edison is right now.
Yeah, like most decks play anywhere between 9 to 7 traps on average.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. And 9 is even on the high end.
Right. So I like the way this is shaping out. I want to see something. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dark monsters. I was seeing if I could put Chaos Sorcerer in here and then like also put in, but Chaos Sorcerer kind of conflicts with Pot of Avarice, so maybe not.
Yeah, Sorcerer conflicts with Pot of Avarice. I know when Cairo was trying to play Dark Arm and Quick Draw, he says it didn't really work out too well.
Well, I would never go as far as to try to fit Dark Arm in this. That's a bit much, but I think that Charge of the Light Brigade has merit. So I'm thinking about what I want to cut for charge. It's either going to be Book of Moon or Foolish Burial, but one of those two can go. And I'm thinking it's going to be a Book of Moon because I can't say I'm the biggest fan of that card.
The only merit that I see with Book in this deck is that since we do play triple Caius, like if we do like a nice game state that you kind of can have is that like, you have, Drill Warrior going with some dandy tokens, you Book of Moon something down, you Caius it with a Drill Warrior pickup.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of something that can be looked at. But I agree. I don't really like the book. What about? No, I think that's maybe a little too much.
What? Go ahead, speak your mind.
I was thinking maybe like getting an econ in a Cyber Valley somewhere in the main, because I feel like Cyber Valley is not too bad with quick draw, because you do have like a high role play of like quick draw, dandy, Cyber Valley,
right?
Mind control, Cyber Valley outs like some problematic fields like Christia and Vanities. I think, do we maybe get rid of the trap hole for like something that deals with like floodgate monsters like Christia and Vanities? Like, I don't know. We have 2 Compulse already.
Yeah, Compulse is one. Also, this deck naturally main decks a lot of outs already. Like you have Double D Prison, Torrential, Mirror Force, Bottomless, Book of Moon, Brain Control, Caius, stuff like that. So you have outs to Vanity Fiend and Christia. Like they're not the end of the game. This trap hole doesn't need to be trap hole. It could be the other Book of Moon. But I think that this deck, as we know, it cannot be Black Wings. And even this is kind of cope, but this deck has such a bad matchup against Black Wings. Like it is abysmal. I'm looking at I'm on to the extra deck now. So I'm thinking if there's anything missing. He doesn't play. I remember we needed to make not needed to, but we could have made an android, but I understand that this deck doesn't have a way to synchro that isn't quick draw
a dragon monster,
a dragon or a synchron dude, like a warrior dude. So outside of brain control, you actually can't make anything that's not like one of the guys that he plays already. So I understand why it's like this. So I'm not going to touch the extra deck and just assume that this is fine. I hope that it doesn't come up where brain control a tuner specifically happens, because we brain control the diva in episode 1 and that doesn't happen that often. So
yeah, a tuner being on the field plus like inapplicable, because we don't play a lot of 4-star monsters in our deck.
We don't.
Most of the 3-star monsters that we would use are usually in the graveyard, Dandy, Lone Fire.
Right.
Like we don't actually have a lot of good, like that was like the one game state excuse me. That was like the one game state where like brain controlling a tuner actually did a lot for us.
Well, we killed him that turn, so
yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, you guys know, if you listen to any of my conversations about this deck, I'm not a fan of quick draw as a card. I really hate how many cards you have to sink into it in order to get a Drill Warrior out. And the best case scenario is that you open up quick draw Dandy. Like that is broken when you open that specifically. And it only really loses to like oppression or whatever. But if you don't open that, this card is really, really obnoxiously bad. And me playing a Night Assail in a Morphing Jar is cope. Like that is not going to make it better. I'm just going to be real. That is not going to be the reason why, like, oh, I won the game because I had Night Assail in my hand, and like it was just not it. So I understand that this is like a nice little go first blowout type of thing, but also just like summoning Titanial is just really enough, honestly, a lot of times. So anyways, we'll see how this performs with the updates, and then maybe we'll make more revisions if necessary, but I think that this is a good start. Yeah, let's just see what happens.
It's very good.
All right, Tedmund. All right, well, yeah, we're still just going to continue here.
I think Jeff still feels scissors.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, well, we finally get to go first.
Jeff's feeling good with the new deck.
Yeah, already, right? Big things popping. Let's see what we got. All right. Oh, that's what we want to see. At least we do have the Lone Fire, which is good. So, all right. Well,
I know you're thinking of. So, I know Lone Fire get Titanium out turn 1 is good and everything like that, but we don't actually have a way to really protect it. I kind of.
Yeah, here I'm think setting Ryko.
I'm kind of in the neighborhood of setting Ryko, set MST, or even just set Ryko pass.
Yes, I do like set Ryko pass here. And just see what happens, and hope that it's not like frogs or something. But yeah, this is one of the few times where I will say going turn 1 Titanium is just not. I don't think it's
our hand's telling us a lot that like we kind of want to set Ryko because we have Avarice as well.
Yeah.
And even if it were frogs, it's not the end of the world because I still think it'd be right to flip it, not pop anything, or even not pop anything, and then do Titanium that turn then. Oh, okay.
All
so
right.
He's on.
Yeah. So I guess there's no reason for me not to pop this right now.
Yeah, I don't think preventing him from getting the draw is gonna like benefit you all that much.
Yeah. Terrible mill. Terrible mill.
All right. Well, we're gonna get big damage in likely. We have a lot of back row removal, and this deck doesn't really play back row, so.
Yeah. It kind of that does suck. Also, Card Trooper was one of the best things that he could have done into our set monster. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've already decided that it's been long enough.
Yeah, we can get her out now.
Let's see if this goes through.
He's gonna Herald.
Yes.
Which is really unfortunate. If you're anybody, you Herald this.
I think this is a good showing of what's wrong with this deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. Modern Edison Yu-Gi-Oh! How many fairies? That's 4 fairies. Well, the game might just be over. Like the game, we might have just lost the game. Going first with what I would consider a good hand with this deck. I think the game is over already. All right, he does this first, so that way he could drop the Christia after he special summons, and then we just lose.
Lila.
Okay, he doesn't have Christia.
Sangan will have a okayish trade as long as he doesn't have Honest. 2 Christie is gone.
Yep.
That's not a good draw.
No, are any Honest in here? No. Okay. All right, so we gotta just get rid of this shit.
Yep.
Beckoning.
And we can actually make Drill Warrior this turn.
Yeah, I see it.
If we don't get Herald again.
Yep.
And even Avarice if we want to. We probably do.
Yeah.
We want to try to like draw Solemn or something. I don't even know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, he's over by a lot. Even Beckoning doesn't really clean it up, I think.
Yes, it does.
It does, yeah, because he can grant Soul. Yeah.
Oh,
he dropped 2 more, though.
Yeah, that's always
so he'll still be at 6.
Right, he's still at 6, and Soul puts him at exactly enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I think we just lose because we don't have a searchable DD Crow or anything.
Yeah, if we can get Solemn, though, we have a chance. So we still have to do our play of crash in. Wait, how many monsters will we have? Will we actually not have 5?
3, 4, plus the Dandelion, 5. It'll be enough.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
There is not a single other. Yep, he figured it out.
Yeah, we have to draw something very specific here. The problem is Lila's still there.
Yeah.
So,
you could bluff with your Heavy Storm.
Yeah, I have to
that's what it's got to be.
This is so much copium.
Listen, this is the deck, all right?
This is so much copium. All right,
this
come
is
on,
the deck.
Book.
our lone fire got denied. This is the deck. All right.
Yes. This is insane.
All right. All
What
right.
does this
Now
thing
we
do?
avarice.
Level 6 higher single monster have to attack. Okay, so it's level 6 higher, so it doesn't do a single thing. Okay. So then I have to pot. And I might as well discard Caius so I can keep the dandy in the grave. I'm gonna need something. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems fine.
So banish it. Activate and then all but dandy.
Yeah. He can't do anything about it anyway. No, we know his hand.
Yep. I just want to make my intentions clear.
Intentions clear.
So what can we draw here?
It has to be like Solemn and maybe another back row. But Solemn is enough to not instantly lose. And that's not enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you might as well concede because we know exactly how this is going to go.
Yeah. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I just see hamsters. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So things that are coming out: Heavy Storm, Dust Tornado, MST. Honestly,
Call. Starlight Road.
see JD is a card, so is Celestia. So I'm thinking about Starlight Road because it's kind of like.
Oh, what about no book is a out to
Christia, yeah,
problem.
we're gonna need it. Maybe it is Call.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Call again. I just kind of set it as a card, but now it seems a little bit more favorable. Do we want to overcorrect for Christia with Compulse?
Because
it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, I don't like Compulse for Christia. That wasn't what it was sided for. And needless to say, this is a really bad matchup, Christia Sworn. This deck did not really exist back in 2010. At least a good list for it wasn't a thing. So you didn't have to worry about this playing something like this deck, but now
okay. Set Raikou, set Bottomless.
Yeah.
We have to set the Bottomless because if we got Errand, we would be so effed in the aid.
No, Errand doesn't stop flip effect monsters.
It would just be another target that doesn't go to the grave for Avarice, though.
Yeah, but that
is a little annoying.
It doesn't matter. All right, so let's yeah,
swing
let's
for 19.
Yep. Slash build 3 for cost. Okay.
Okay. It was all monsters. You know?
Yeah, that's really
it was a lot
good.
better than the all traps.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well, definitely flipping Raikou on the monster.
It sucks though, because if that's Decree, I really, really want this Dust Shoot to resolve. So like, that is a little. All right, I'm gonna flip it on the monster, and then hope I want to draw Caius this turn. So that's like where I'm at with this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been a good cross out the draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Declare effect / mill 3. Okay. Now we will play Avarice. So Crow, Debris, quick draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all but hamster. All but hamster.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I will settle for a quick draw if I don't get Caius. But there are 3 Caius, and I don't think I'm asking for the most crazy thing in the world. Apparently I am. All right. So where are we at now? So, okay. It's battle phase, attack.
Set right. Just Dust.
Yeah, set Just Trap Dust Shoot is fine. He has no grave, so I can't get too blown out here.
Do you want to set the dandy behind it?
I don't want to set dandy because I'm still playing as though I'm going to draw a quick draw because I have enough field. I have enough field presence already. So I'm just going to set these two and see what happens.
All right.
All right. It's not Decree. Okay. Active before you set.
All right. So he has nothing in his grave. It's just a Raikou.
Yeah. Well, obviously Hamster's more annoying than Raikou is.
Yeah, Raikou is fine. Honest is also a little problematic. So we have 2 problem set cards.
Honest, Christia, Raikou, Hamster. So what am I most... I'm really afraid of Christia, but I have to leave it in his hand and just get rid of the Hamster and put him on just Raikou.
Yep.
I think that's the play, because I don't want to return to Christia and then like Call It Haunted becomes even better when he mills 3.
Yeah. I mean, returning Christia was never my...
Yeah, I consider everything, but like, yes, it's not correct to return Christia right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna have to work to get her out of here. Yeah, see, he's got it. This one?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. So his hand is Honest, Christia, Raikou, and Call.
Yes.
You didn't write down Call, but now we know that says Call.
Yeah. Okay, that was a really good draw.
That was. We could. I'm trying to think right now. Right. It may be crazy. It's probably insane, actually. What does Drill Warrior say? What do you have to do to do his effect? You have to discard any card or a monster.
I think it's discard any card. You can discard 1 card, and if you do, banish this card.
What do you think about making Drill Warrior and then Black Rosing him?
I see what you're doing. So he loses everything.
And you get a draw even. And 2 tokens.
So the play is... Well, I could Black Rose first. I see. I have to get the Dandy in the grave first.
Yeah. You have to get Dandy in the grave first.
Discard a card.
Discard your Torrential, probably.
Right.
And
so
then...
his hand is currently Christia and Honest.
Yep.
I'm not mad at this play. He's at 4,000 now, so I'm also thinking about like how to kill him. The problem is that Honest, I can't kill him through Call It Haunted.
You have brain control, and he'll have no back row.
No. I was trying to do it from attacking. Right, I want to kill him right now. Is what I'm saying. I don't want him to get another turn. And
I don't see that being possible.
Well, I don't think you see all the plays, but I'm just going to say what can happen. So Junk Archer can banish his face down Raikou, and it's no longer on the field. He then has to Call of the Haunted a Raikou to survive. And Honesting over a small monster does not guarantee that every other monster can't just attack you. So like if I go discard, special, get 2 tokens, synchro like this, or synchro with the 2 tokens to make Junk Archer, banish this set Raikou, and then just have I'll still have this, this, and the other guy. I can go this crash into Raikou. If he goes Honest, I go, okay, this now kill that guy, and then the Junk Archer attack for game, depending on how much damage that is. So it would be 15 and 23, so he would survive with a very small amount.
Yeah, it's
and
19.
that's without me using my normal summon.
Yeah, that's 19 minus 400, and then plus, what's Junk Archer, 24?
23.
23?
Yeah. But I think the safer play is actually, like you said, like if I Black Rose.
So the only problem that I just realized, you have 2 monsters on the field. Do you have the board space to Black Rose with Dandy? I don't think you do then.
So I have to, you're probably right. I would have to
Maybe
go.
you can mill first?
Hold on. So if I special this, I'll have 5 monsters. I synchro for Drill with a token. So that's 2 monsters going. So I'll have 4 monsters, discard a card. Drill will be banished, and then I'll have enough room to Black Rose. So I can do it. Yeah.
Okay. I just had to double check that.
Reveal. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Grave. Summon Drill Warrior.
Something good. I imagine it is. Because I think the 1 backer is fake, but
Yeah, I don't have a read on it. Okay.
so now at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of this torrential, I guess.
Yeah, you get rid of the torrential, the drawer goes the hide.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now you can't stop that. All right. Banish. Okay. Then I'm going to normal, declare, Dandy.
Oh, we won't get 2 tokens in this situation, right? Because we'll be at 4 monsters again.
Well, it always activates. So it's going to be Chain Link 1, Dandelion, Chain Link 2, Black Rose. So Black Rose.
Right.
So I will get tokens.
Yep.
Yep. So let's see. So synchro these 2, make Black Rose. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2.
Yes. All right, he gave okay.
All right.
So start putting stuff in the grave, I guess.
Okay.
And now draw for.
Well, first,
get your tokens and then draw for you guys.
What? What does that say? I don't know what that means.
I mean,
Acronym. I cannot spell. There we go. Call of. I don't know what that says. I was thinking Call of the Haunted, but
I thought it was Call of the Haunted.
Oh,
he wants charge. Okay, sure.
All right. And then let me activate Card Trooper.
Yep. All right. So now we
just
set the bottomless and pass.
Yep. And next turn is really strong. He has
next turn we're doing
Christia.
good things.
Yes, Honest Christie is all he has. Okay, well now he just loses.
Yep, that's game. I think he's actually even dead. All right.
Yeah, he's literally dead. I get Debris Dragon and just do a big play.
Make Stardust, yeah. Game. All right. Yeah, I definitely did not, if I'm being very honest, I did not go over every play. But my inclination was really telling me that we would not be able to kill.
Yeah. I mean,
regardless of that being right or not, going over other plays, of course. But
your inclination wasn't 100% right is the thing. That's why I was like, you got to make sure you check every possible thing, because there was a way that turn that you could definitely go for lethal, and it's like completely valid. Like
well, outside of the Junk Archer thing, how else were you getting there?
That was the play. I'm saying, like, that goes for lethal. I did all of that without using my normal summon.
Right. You could normal summon on top of that, because you said that
my feel would be, so I would make Junk Archer first with the 2 tokens that I specialed off a quick draw.
Yep.
So I have Junk Archer, banishes face down Raikou. Now I still have Raikou and Card Trooper on the field. He has a Call of the Haunted set, and the only monster in his graveyard is a fucking Raikou. So, and we know he has Honest. But Honest only gives you the attack of the monster that you battle with. So literally, if I go summon Debris Dragon, bring back anything, sync, because I synchro, make a
Iron Chain or some shit.
Yeah, like make Black Rose Dragon, right? So now I have Black Rose, Drunk Archer, Card Trooper, Raikou. I go attack, and he has to basically call it a Haunted to live. So if I can make it where, basically, if I can make it where he has to use Call it a Haunted first on the attack, then
which you should be able to because you have 220 like.
Yes,
2,000 plus
two really
attack
big guys.
monsters. Yeah.
But
so you go attack with them, you go crash with Raikou, he goes Honest, and then you attack over Card Trooper.
But the problem with that play is, and this is why I abandoned it, because it's risky. If he ended up having Beckoning Light, which is crazy, because Beckoning Light with Christie in hand is like a little scary, even though he can't activate it because he only had one light monster. But like that's scary. But the other thing is, like, if I start attacking, if I attack with Raikou first, he's like, I'll just take it. If I attack with Card Trooper next, he's like, I'll take that too. When I attack with a big guy, he'll call it a Haunted. And then it's like, well, he still has the Honest. So
yeah, it all depended on the attack order there.
Yeah. But I don't think there's a way to kill him like through. But I think the Black Rose play, which is better, because it puts him on no cards, and it puts me with a returning. Oh God. It puts me with a returning draw.
You have a lot of resources on the next turn.
To his no graveyard setup whatsoever, like play.
On top of the fact that we bottomless the summon, which was just like, yeah.
The draw the bottomless off of Card Trooper was nuts. And completely unnecessary. Oh my God.
Well, the last time that we tried to summon Titanial, we I think you do it, right? You just bait out the Herald?
Yes, that's do both. Exactly what's happening.
Because, as I said before, if you're anybody...
Yeah.
If you're literally anybody, you'll stop this.
Okay. This is the
now. Yeah, now it's time to do the most since this is how far he let us go.
So I don't think he stops this, obviously, because there's no reason to. So you let this go to grave.
Yeah, you should stop the Dandy Summon if you can. I think at this point he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the only annoying thing about this play is that I don't want to drop any of these cards.
I understand that.
Maybe we drop Mirror Force, though?
Mirror Force is getting dropped.
Yeah, that's what I reframed it on, that we can drop Mirror Force.
Yeah.
What do you want to attack with first?
Titanial first. Drill Warrior second, just in case. There's no reason to give him a 2800 token.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Just mill. Makes sense.
2 fairies. This deck also is not known to play Gores either. So if he's playing the exact deck list, it just doesn't even have Gores.
All right.
Declare effect. There's not a cost to discard, so okay. The banishing cards is just more important here. Banish.
Set both.
Set.
Depending on what we see, we could ruin him.
Yeah, it's a chance.
He might have a lot of plays, but we'll see.
He has 6 cards, so look how many cards it takes. My hand was so broken. I have fucking 2 cards at the end of this. It's just so crazy how much resources you give up to do a Drill Warrior play. And like eventually it starts to become a net positive because it's a 2400.
Yeah, you need like a few turns of it to really get broken.
Yes. And then it's like, okay, now I'm overwhelming you with card advantage. But the beginning of the game, which so many games come down to.
Yeah, we're gonna negate that. Oh.
So nothing.
Yeah, his hand fucking sucks.
Yeah. JD.
I think his grave monster wise is like double Rykos and a soul is what I remember seeing.
So yeah, I gotta look at his grave. So I just want to make sure we're not making any oversights or anything, but it's obviously just Jane.
Yeah, I mean he literally can't summon anything, and I mean
Soul.
he can summon soul, but like
it gets bottomless and he loses. He dies next turn. I literally kill him next turn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean we won.
Yeah, I do kill him. Yep.
Yeah, we literally win.
Wow. I was going to draw Caius. That's game. Bring this back. Attack with both, sacrifice for Caius game. That was pretty good. So key takeaways, Dust Shoot is now in the main deck. That card wasn't played before. They just won us the game, literally. I mean, it just straight up took his only play away. Also our hand was absolutely outrageous. Like that hand was just not okay. We haven't opened it.
Yeah, summoning Titanial and Drill Warrior.
Just the best play
with a dandy token is like
just the absolute best thing that this deck can do going first. It is like it is their win condition. And the crazy thing is in Modern Edison, it's not even like guaranteed that you win that game. I've beaten this at locals because at the beginning of me playing Edison at AU for a while, people were playing Quick Draw Anywhere because you know it won the Wise or Shonen Jump Championship, and people thought that it was like really, really good still. And I was playing Black Wings if you remember, so I was playing Double Oppression, and like people would do this whole first turn Titanial with the Drill Warrior thing, and they would pass.
Yep, and you would go normal summon Shura, attack
over
Titanial.
her, Colute, get value, attack, set oppression, go, stand by face, he tries to come back, oppression, and the game is just over. And they opened their best possible hand.
Well, that's because their best possible hand is that if it gets disrupted at any point after a few turns, they have like 3 cards that are to their name.
Yeah.
Because they had to pitch their whole hand to do all that.
So we lost game 1, right? Yeah, that's the game we had to scoop. So we went first. And he drew the card trooper, which is fine. I'm not mad at it. It does suck, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, he also, did he open up Herald with it being live? So if we did the Lone Fire first turn anyway, we'd have lost even harder.
Yeah, we were just never winning. The Beckoning Light was too much.
Yep, and then this is the coat play.
Yeah, and then we drew 2 back row removal cards, which both get sided out unless you want to keep in like MST or whatever. But yeah. Go for this, and then we literally pray that we draw Solemn Judgment, and then we have to set Solemn with Heavy to hide it so that Lila can't find it. Then we can Solemn Christie it, and then maybe win. So game 2 was just, this is the game where you made the really good play of Black Rosing him to take all his resources away. And his hand is like how our hand was that one game where we had all these set monsters and we went second.
Yep.
And they're
really
just
behind on the initiative.
Yeah, they're just really bad. Like turn 2 Avarice is always going to be rough. He needed this to be Decree. And even if he had Decree, his hand is still so bad that it doesn't even like...
Doesn't play good into anything.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So this turn would have been pretty problematic until we drew that quick draw. I feel like we wouldn't be able to do that much.
Yeah, I don't know what the play was going to be. Like mill 3 with Card Trooper again. Hope to hit the other Dandelion and then summon Debris Dragon. Make Stardust to attack the Raikou at that point, right? That would have been the play. And that's probably like, honestly, in the situation we were in, that's probably good enough because he just has Call. He won't be able to mill with the Raikou because I'll negate it if he tries. Or no, he will be able to mill. He won't be able to destroy. So you have to mill. He has to mill really good with the Call. And we still have Deep Prison protected.
Yep.
And this is just what can happen with this deck is that you can just brick. So he needs this to go through to play the game. And unfortunately for him, we open one of the few cards that, like we have 2 crossouts and Titanium and they all stop Raikou. So we open one of our 3 ways to stop this from happening. Or I guess Lone Fire is 2 Lone Fires, 2 crossouts.
Yep.
But yeah. And that was GG. And then there's just a stream of Caius is coming up. All right, we could play one more with the updated version, and then let's call it after that. Win or lose.
Win or lose. That was a lot easier than the previous iteration, of course.
Yeah, I mean, one, we didn't know how Drill Warrior worked, so that's just our fault. We would have won we would have won both of the matches in the last one, but we literally just didn't know how our cards
got
worked.
knowledge checked by
we definitely got knowledge checked, and that is something. Losing like that, I tell people my misplays keep me up at night, so I'll always remember something that I did wrong.
Yep.
Lesbian.
Jeff doesn't give up on those scissors. We also got to go first in both of our sets so far.
Lesbian. It didn't help us last one, but let's see if it does something this time. Doesn't look like it's helping us this time either.
A good hand. All right, so we could go Foolish, Dandy, set Raikou, and then we contribute summon for Titanial.
That's exactly the play.
Yeah, I don't even know if we set Torrential, honestly.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I honestly think if we activate Torrential for any reason, we lose. So I'm just gonna say he needs to do something good here. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
I agree. I agree. Because we're all in.
Normal Shora, special Bora.
We pushed it forward.
Oh, I like this heavy storm.
We pushed it all forward. All right, I have no idea. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special one Jinzo in your graveyard.
Okay. Doesn't do anything. But destroy during your end phase. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Setting. Oh, he's playing around fucking Morphing Jar?
Yes. I guess.
There's so many people playing around Morphing Jar.
Yeah, they set before attacking, which is always a meme.
All right.
I mean, you know me. You know I didn't.
You want to do it? You want to do it now? Okay.
You know I didn't come this far.
It's fair.
You know I've come a long way, but I didn't come this far.
Well, I want the other one now.
I certainly want to see what you're hiding.
Yeah, I want the other one now. What's the other one got for me? Give me the other one now. You thought it was safe? Back row.
This fucking thing.
You thought it was safe?
I'm not even clicking that fast in my head.
No, it has nothing to do with clicking fast. It will sometimes just do this.
Okay.
Why? Do I even need to ask?
Probably not.
All right, well, tribute, set both, do the most. Because I'm going to be honest, he's not dealing with this. This game is over.
Yeah. I don't know if I need to set both, but yeah, I agree.
Wait, of course set both. Well, I guess you don't need to set. You need to set it for MST, I suppose. Because honestly, Solemn is going to be the thing that we do before Torrential. Like, Torrential is not getting activated.
Is he going to take damage?
What I would even say, and this is me being...
It's 2200.
And this is me being Looney Tune. Set 3. Tell him how strong we are.
No, I'm not doing this. I know you're memeing, but... Okay. All right.
Now, what say you? We both have 4 cards, but mine are better. All right. He only has 1 Dark Engrave, so this is fine to let through.
Level 4.
Yeah, needs to be a level 4 machine, right? I thought he was gonna like creature swap or some shit. Because I know decks like these. Okay. Anywho, a lot of dark monsters. I'm just gonna say.
Don't.
Just gonna say.
Do not.
I'm gonna say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it, please.
Why can I not say it? Jinzo's dark. That's all I'm saying.
Jinzo is dark. So is Black Salvo. So is Dekoichi, which he 100% is playing Dekoichi.
And he's 100% playing Dad as well. His whole deck is probably dark. I'm just saying.
I hate you so much.
Can I just say it? Because I feel like
a burning passion.
I feel like I'm just saying. I feel like the game will be over so fast. Just one shiny ball.
Just put in one? Okay. What are we taking out for the one?
Give me just one, all right?
You tell me what to take out for the one, and I'll take it out. Am I taking out the quick draw?
We're playing a meme deck, so let's meme. All right.
I will honor your request this once.
But now if you win, you have to say sorry. You have to fill out this Thango apology form.
Oh, the apology forms are too good.
I wish we drew it right now.
I do too, because this hand is so bad.
I want to go cross out the Koichi.
Not me drawing her twice in a row.
I want to go cross out the Koichi, normal summon ball. Win.
I understand your concern, but I do not share the same concern.
Here we go. Oh, thank you.
This is the second time this has happened where our hand was like really bad.
So what could he have that he wanted to set 3 of those? Well, he obviously has something to get that Jinzo back. Like call
Jinzo returner. If it goes to
the monster, call the haunted. He could have Solemn set.
God, I only have 1 Raikou left in deck. I hate this situation with this shit.
You're afraid you're not going to get your value?
I mean, there's a very, very slight chance that I don't get my value. But
Titaniel's already in the grave.
Yeah. I don't need to play this Treasure to Light Brigade.
You don't.
But I'm gonna. But I'm fucking... You think just set Raikou is the correct thing?
I think you just set Raikou. I don't see a reason to activate charge even at all. Like, we don't have Avarice in our hand.
I just wanted to wall up with Dandelion, but
we don't have Debris.
All right. Well, I'm not allowed to have nice things apparently, so here we go.
I want to draw a ball. I don't want to mill our ball.
We can get our ball back. We have Pot of Avarice and we have Quick Draw. For Cope Warrior.
Yep, this is fine. He doesn't play Caius.
Yeah, one of these back rows. I don't know which one.
Yeah. One of the 3 that he said initially.
Sure.
100%.
This is the fourth one.
What the fuck are you thinking about? Ooh, good mill. And now, honestly...
Don't try to impression as my guy. Please don't. Because, like, that's going to annoy me.
Oh. Well, that doesn't work. Well, that's nice of him to draw fucking Sol. Oh.
Alright, I'll just say this. All I was going to do was draw, set this card trooper, and contact. That's all I was going to do. And the game is just 100% over. Like that was my only play. That was it. That's all I was going to do. A very harmless thing to do. I will view the tape just to see what was going on here. This guy clearly did not enjoy himself.
He didn't. He's going to be talking to his friends on Facebook, on Discord. Yo, Quick Draw is bullshit, man.
If anyone complains about Quick Draw in 2023 Edison...
Yo, Quick Draw is so bullshit, man. All they do is set Raikous. I can't even set my back row, man.
I have a bridge to sell you. He protected a return with that, which doesn't
a return that was decades away from being live.
0 sense to do that.
Frazier, decades.
I noticed that he plays Solemn at the first chance he gets though, because all I did was set a monster and pass, right? And the first opportunity he got, he Solemned both games, right? Like, am I wrong? Like, he Solemned both. Like, the first opportunity he could Solemn in both games, he Solemned. Look at this.
Well, he started thinking as soon as this Raikou was resolving, I was like, what do you think you're about to chain here?
He just wants to Solemn the
Let me see the other ones. I'm curious. I want to see what he's got under the hood.
MST return again.
He's setting return again.
With
a return. Frazier. Decades.
Okay.
Decades from being live.
All right, relax.
He'll be an old ARP. He'll be an eligible ARP member.
Yeah.
When that.
So, here's what I'll say to conclude this little series. I think the deck runs as smooth as it can run. I still think that it is dramatically underpowered compared to what's happening in the format right now. When you consider things like Christia Sworn, Vayu Turbo, which is also a Hamster Echo Caius deck, but it is just the best one because of the aggression it puts out. It plays better cards overall. It's not weak to oppression. In fact, it can play oppression and it's completely unaffected by it. And then everything like Dark Arms, it just plays better cards. It's just a better version of this deck essentially, because this is also a Hamster Echo Caius deck. But as like this deck, the way it's changed right now, I think it's as smooth as it can get. You know, you could argue, oh, some people like Volcanic Shell. That card's trash. If you want to know why I think it's trash, just riddle me this. If you open up Volcanic Shell and Quick Draw, and you go discard Volcanic Shell, special Quick Draw, pay 500, add Volcanic Shell to hand, normal summon Volcanic Shell, synchro for Drill Warrior, pay 500, add Volcanic Shell to hand, discard Volcanic Shell to banish Drill Warrior. What the fuck are you bringing back to your hand next turn when your Drill Warrior comes back? Is it the Quick Draw, or is it the Volcanic Shell? Or do I give a fuck? That's what's wrong with Volcanic Shell.
I think what sums up Quick Draw in a very simple way is that the deck does have some cool and powerful interactions with Black Rose and makes Black Rose better than any other deck just because it also sets up defense and sets up a bunch of other shit. And it's really good with Pot of Hours because it mills so much. And the stuff that you put back in the deck is obviously really good, like Titanial and everything like that. The problem of it is that it's like Diva Zombies, but not as powerful. It needs so many cards to do its basic plays, and its basic plays aren't that good.
Yeah.
Its main boss monster that it brings out of this extra deck, you can attack with it more often than not if your opponent sets any back row, because if it gets deprisoned, you're just like sitting there with nothing to do afterwards because you picked up a dandy with 2 cards in hand that don't do anything. It just uses too many resources to sink into a guy that gives you like a delayed net return, where it's like now you have card advantage after doing it for 2 or 3 turns.
He is the old stock market before meme stocks and crypto. You have to invest and you don't get a return for fucking years. Okay, right now in 2023, we all want to do crypto gains. We want to do meme stock gains. We want to Wall Street bets this shit. We're not trying to wait and put our money in some ETF and wait a long ass time for a Drill Warrior to give us returns of like 2%. Because that's what getting back Dandelion is every turn. It's just a 2% return. We want the hardcore, I'm rich, chicken tendies, like diamond hands. We need those kind of returns. And honestly, Drill Warrior's just not giving that right now. So I'm not a fan. I made a version of this deck where I just don't play Quick Draw. You can check it out on the channel. It's just my pluses deck. So literally I play like 3 Hamster, 3 Raikou. I think I play like 3 Spies as well. So it's a lot of set monsters, but basically the idea is that my monsters just generate card advantage and they kind of wall up as well. And it also plays Caiuses and stuff. And it's just a really good deck as far as not having bad cards in your hand like Quick Draw that you need Dandelion specifically to convert off of, which I really hate that feeling. So check that video out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty, I won't say it's old, but like it is a couple months back. And the deck list still, I think I might have it actually. Hold on. Pluses. This is what it looks like. So I love if you play Sangan maining a copy of Crow. I think that the utility of searching this is broken. In fact, game 1 against the Lightsworn guy, when we crashed Sangan into his Lumina, if I had
Crow there would have been really good.
It would have been ruinous to him because next turn, so I banished my Drill Warrior and I passed. I would have searched Crow, and if at any point he tried to go Christia thing, I would just be like, no, you can't Christia me. Yep. And then my Drill Warrior actually gets to come back, and then things start to happen. So
yeah, Sangan with a main deck Crow is really, really strong. I think when we were talking about the one of the it was the Philly Regional. I was playing against like a Neuralaris deck, and they pretty much did all their combo with a Gold Sark, pretty much saying, I'm gonna Neuralaris you next turn.
Yeah.
And he has a face-up Greffer on the field. I have a Sangan in my hand. I go attack his Greffer, crash, take 700 damage. I search Crow, and I say pass, and he looks at me and he says, oh.
Yep. Oh. That's right. That's right. That's what I want to hear. Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Hilarious me. Do it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Quick Draw as a card, but I do like the idea of some of the cards. Like I love Lone Fire Blossom being essentially top 3 normal summons in the entire format, like turn 1. So this turns to Titanial. Stratos is the other one, and Swap Frog is the other one. I don't know the order of them. I always go back and forth between, like, honestly, I move them all around all the time in my head. I don't know who's what, but Stratos, Swap Frog, and Lonefire Blossom are the best 3 turn 1 normal summons in Edison.
You know what my opinion would be?
What's that?
My opinion would be Swap Frog, Stratos, Lonefire.
Swap Frog, then Stratos, then Lonefire?
Yeah, and the reason why is because I think Swap Frog is just simply played in a better deck and just does more in that better deck. Stratos can just be played almost as an engine in any deck. Yep. And Lonefire has a very specific niche. Summons something really strong, but in all honesty, is usually played in not great decks, except when they're like paired with like Machina. Like Machina plants didn't seem too bad from what we saw of
Rhynite.
Yeah, Rhynite. He was playing like Machina plants, which, you know, just playing the Machina engine on top of that is pretty good. But the problem is that like the Lonefire engine, the plant engine, is like kind of small. Like it's like Dandy, Titanial, and like I guess Tomato, if you want to ever fit that in. But I don't know. I think usually when you're playing Lonefire, you're usually playing it in not a powerful deck, or at least that engine is not powerful enough to win you the game. Like Stratos searching for the perfect thing. Swap Frog, any Monarchs online now. It can be special summon. It can bounce all your... Swap Frog's easily better than those two. It does too many things. It can bounce your other monsters. It can special summon itself.
The only one that is really, really debatable, I think, is Stratos. I think Stratos enables like some of the most ridiculous decks in the format. Diva Hero, the Frog Hero deck, and just all the bullshit that topped RBET 1 of season 2. Like it was like 3 different hero, like the hero beat decks that are also S tier. Like I don't care for those decks, but they are S tier. Like they're just broken, and it's specifically they're only playable because of Stratos. Because he exists, they are playable. Like literally because he exists, and he's at 1. And he has that much impact to make a deck S tier because he exists. So like I don't want to completely say that Swap Frog is like that outrageously better than Stratos and Lonefire. Like it is better than Lonefire for sure, now that you put it in perspective. But I think that the conversation between Stratos and Swap Frog is like ongoing. I really do. Because at the end of the day, Stratos gets OTKs. Like Swap Frog does not do that. Swap Frog does not do...
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't know. I think on top of the fact that Swap Frog has the same-ish utility of getting the rest of your deck online.
No, I never argued about getting your deck online. I'm just saying you could play Monarchs still with like Treeborn Frog and stuff like that, right? But you can't play hero decks without Stratos in this format. Like you can't.
I mean, that's true.
Like that's what I mean. Like Stratos makes all of those hero decks, the Evil Hero one that top, the fucking Hero B decks that continue to do well at every single tournament forever, and then the actual Frog Hero deck, like they're all playable because Stratos exists. And Swap Frog is broken. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not downing Swap Frog at all. I'm just saying I don't think it's as clear cut as like Swap Frog sends Treeborn Frog and gets your deck online, therefore it's better and it can bounce your things to your hand. Like all those things are great. But honestly, I feel so good summoning either one of them that's why it's up for debate for me, is that anytime I open either one, I feel so strong in that game. And it sucks because this deck, you know, like this is good, Lonefire and a Titanial, but it's not a plus. Swap Frog and Stratos are pluses because they literally on turn 2, the Treeborn Frog comes back, you end up with 8 cards, and then Stratos is just a straight up plus immediately. And I think the other thing about Stratos that we didn't really say, but like it's just to bring it up, we're off on a complete tangent right now, but Stratos being 1800 is wild.
Yeah, like, the stat definitely does matter. That's another plus for it.
We said a while ago that you can't just take Stratos 4 times. I remember we were at the regional, and it was like if
I attacked him 4 times with Stratos, and he didn't do anything about it.
It's like, well, you just lose. Like you cannot win the game if you just take Stratos 4 times. Like the game is 100% over. You can't. Yeah. He's actually so much pressure that you eventually have to answer him. Like you can't, he's not a card you could be like, okay, it's Swap Frog, it's 1,000. I can take 1,000 for a while. You can take 1,000 7 times. So it's like, you know, but anyway, that's not the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will continue this debate at another time. We will catch you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoy seeing how we updated Jeff Jones' list. I'll just put it back on screen real quick so you can see it. And then let us know how you would update your list if you were playing Quick Draw in 2023 around this time. So it's April 2023 currently as we're recording this. If you're still playing this, some people are actually playing this deck. So how do you know?
You sounded so sad saying that.
Yeah. Like,
there are some individuals.
I
won't call them people.
You can post
because that's not what they are.
You can post a link to your version in the comment section, and I'll look at your screenshots and stuff, or just tell me the things that you like or what you would change and things like that.
You can post your deck list. Fraser will whisper on the internet his breath. Keep it to yourself.
One thing I'll say is that I will not pretend to be an expert at all.
I mean, they saw
in the first episode.
They saw it in the first episode. We were like, why is this guy keeping sacking our Driller Warrior?
Yeah. So there's that. But all right, we're gonna end this one here. Catch you in the next one. Peace.